Back to you, not exactly live from a vacation that was actually a week hiatus that was really a vacation and more waiting for Pikmin 3. I'm LeaderofLuxinape here for more adventures and post-commentary. In the last episode, we got here to the Lake of Rage and found a red Gyarados at the Lake of Rage. And this whole episode is going to be sped up 150% speed just so I can get the narration for it done faster and it will require less editing. When you talk to the red Gyarados, it will start battling you. You saw those, it is level 30. You saw those sparkles there.
A Pokemon has
Those sparkles indicate a shiny Pokemon. That was the reason I was scared about that Sunkern that way back in the National Park that looks like it was a different color than normal Sunkern. It was actually just a sprite coloration, but I thought it was shiny. I did not want a shiny to be a Sunkern because there is normally, this one is scripted to appear though, there is normally an 1 in 8,192 chance of finding a shiny in the wild. So I didn't want the third shiny I'd ever find to be a Sunkern, which is pretty pathetic considering the first two were Zubat and I only caught one of the two. Okay, so the red Gyarados, it's level 30, like I said, water flying type. I'm trying to catch it because it is a plot significant Pokemon. Being stupid and throwing a Pokeball here. It's going to be a lot quicker, but it's going to be a bit hard to keep the narration up in time with what's going on. Luckily, the whole thing, while I was doing the shiny explanation, was the shiny explanation plus boring battle stuff. So, like the actual commentary. Thrash is a move that it will attack automatically with the same 80 power normal type for 2 to 3 turns, but after that, the user becomes confused. Which is bad when you're trying to catch the Pokemon because it can defeat itself. Luckily, Gyarados didn't do it there, which would have been bad, and great balls. These balls are very great. Like the ones on Sudowoodo's fingers. You can just stare at them all day while you catch the Gyarados. Okay. Once it appears, it goes on a rampage. There you can see Gyarados' normal coloration. It remains past me. Enraged until it demolishes everything around it. And just sending Gyarados straight to the PC. And by ending the battle with it in some way, it will disappear forever. Unless you find another wild Gyarados that's shiny and level 30. And you will get the red scale, which is a key item. This guy, he will appear after the Gyarados goes away. He will talk about the fact that the Magikarp in the lake disappeared and that something must be forcing them to evolve. His name is Lance, will then compliment you on your skill, and asks to help investigate a mysterious radio broadcast from Mahogany Town that's causing the Magikarp to evolve. And then he uses an escape rope to go to town instead of using Fly like he did in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which makes more sense, since you can actually fly to the Lake of Rage. There's the sped up walking speed shown there. Now, before doing anything of the helping Lance with his stuff thing, I wanted to show what happened, what you can actually use the red scale for. This is an item that you will always really wish you could have gotten a lot earlier because it is very useful for training your Pokemon. And at this point, you'll almost never have one under-leveled team member because you should have a full team at this point. If you don't, that's okay, it's just abnormal. So, as you saw, I flew to Cherry Grove City. Checking Hydra's stats for some reason, I don't know why. Alright. What you're going to want to do is... Past me. Probably should have double sped this, but no. Not run into Hoot Hoot, but what you are going to want to do is run away from the Hoot Hoot you run into. Run into another Hoot Hoot. No, I didn't watch that ahead. It's nighttime in the game when I'm recording this, so everything you find on an early route is going to be a Hoot Hoot. It's like it's 70% chance. You are going to want to go to Mr. Pokemon's house. Convenient time of sign reading. Talk to him. He will remark about the red scale. He will ask to trade it for the EXP share he got from Professor Oak. My item pocket is full, so I think I'm just giving something to somebody quickly. Or finally, toss in the Purge Cure Berry. EXP share. If you give it to a Pokemon, even if it does not compete in battle, it will earn half of the experience points from any Pokemon defeated. And oh my god, that stupid fisherman! Stop calling me! Blah! I did learn why I am not watched as much as I probably think I should be, or my videos are. Not only am I an avid Pokemon player, but I also fish. And fishermen are obviously the most annoying people in Pokemon, so apparently I come off as annoying just by existing. If you go there, going into the shady shop, the not Shady Pants Shady, but normal shady shop, you will find Lance beating up a ninja with something that looks like a Charizard. It looks like a Charizard slightly again. That was actually just a recording mistake. But it looks like a Charizard, but it's actually supposedly called a Dragonite. We'll talk about Lance's Dragon Pokemon. I was checking the incense burner last time we were there because I'm pretty sure the staircase is behind the incense burner in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and Lance actually gets the Dragonite to push it aside since it's out all the time in that game, thanks to things being out all the time in that game. Yep. Totally rated E as I wait for past me to go down the staircase. Go down here, you will see a new type of area that looks rather dungeon-esque and has statues of a Pokemon called Persian, which we have yet to see. If you walk in front of them, you will be challenged by 2 Team Rocket Grunts. I'm cutting both of these battles, as always, but each time you run in front of one of those statues, you'll be challenged by the same 2 grunts with the exact same dialogue and the exact same teams. It is possible to disable the statues, though. One of them will mention a secret switch that will turn them off, and it is possible to get to that switch while only walking in front of the one statue. If you go over here, you'll see this guy. He'll be a Team Rocket scientist who will talk about the nature of their hideout, challenge you to a battle, and then a secret switch. Better press it. Yep. Buttons on Crime Syndicate's computers are always the best things to press. Remember that. It will serve you well in the future for some reason. That will disable all the statues so you can walk throughout the entire room without running into any more annoying Team Rocket grunts besides the ones that you can actually see. That guy will say there are traps in the floor and you shouldn't take another step, except that the traps are actually 3 squares down. Pokemon you can find in the traps are Voltorb, Geodude, and Coughing. There are always at least 2 squares in a row that don't have a Pokemon on them. And you can even catch all of these Pokemon or defeat them for EXP. I believe the traps go away after you hit them, but they will respawn once you get back on the thinger. Voltorb will like to self-destruct, as you'll shortly see. And since diagonal movement is not allowed, it won't help with being able to get through that section without stepping on traps, since there's no full straight line you can go, and you will have to step on a trap in all but the first row, which is not really the best of things. So if Past Me would do something now, that would be nice. Okay. And Past Me is just walking around for some reason. I don't know what Past Me was doing. Probably should have done the post-commentary sooner, like I said again. And don't worry, this is the last time you'll have to deal with this, which is good because I don't want to deal with this anymore. That item there, if Past Me will pick it up, is a Hyper Potion. So that's good for healing. Good for giving gym leaders taste of their own medicine. Now you'll go down, and you'll find a hallway with, I believe, 2 statues in it, maybe? that is a nugget. That's an item you will want to pick up, because if you sell it in a shop, I haven't shown the sell function, but any item you can buy, you get for a lower price than you bought it for. There are certain items that you can only find in the wild that live to be sold, basically, and TMs that cannot be bought can be sold for a lot more, so TMs of status moves are a good thing. That odd-looking tile will warp you back to the beginning, so you don't want to do that. You go down here, Lance will heal your Pokemon for you, and then just skididdle. So, walking along here, you will see a locked door. You cannot open that door whatsoever. It will say you need a password for it, but you can't get the password. I skipped between rocket grunts just because they're really close to each other. All I need to do is go down and right. Lance will then say that you need 2 passwords to get to the boss's quarters. That locked door was not to the boss's quarters. I was trying to battle that guy, but he was just defeated by Lance, which is a not-so-cryptic hint that you need to beat the rocket grunts to do certain thing, or for them to tell you their stuff. So this is going to be me getting rid of an item for something that will raise attack. Giving the black belt to nobody. I thought a bridge didn't have the quick claw for some reason. Want to use the rare candies. I think I'm just getting rid of the burnt berry. Yep. And that, I was feeling so proud of the fact that it would free up 2 slots in my inventory instead of just 1, because then I would use the protein, which took up the space the burnt berry had. So I'm awesome like that. And I gave it to Festus, which in hindsight was really stupid, because fire is a special type, despite Magmar being very physically... No, they're not even physically apt. They're specially apt, which is why Fire Punch, which is supposed to be a physical move, was doing so much damage, and why I thought Magmar had high physical attack for a long time. Shortly, it will skip to a female rocket grunt. All you need to do to find her is go straight up from this guy. She will tell you the first password, which is Slowpoke Tail. But it's useless unless you have 2 passwords. You can get the passwords in either order, but that's the same first choice, because it would mean a lot of backtracking. Because the order I do it and the normal order which you're supposed to do it, they're on the correct path. Going in here, you can fight a scientist. Go more to the left. Excuse me. You get a rocket grunt and 2 items. I think the one item was a full heal, the other one was like an X item or something else useless. Only some of these segments are 150% speed. Those couple were normal speed. This one is full speed now, and I believe the rest of the video is full speed. If you go there, you can see a fully useless alcove down there. You can see what looks to be a large generator powered by Pokemon there. And you can see a Team Rocket Grunt there. That guy will not have either of the passwords. Here, you can either go up or run into Mysterious Stranger Shady Pants, who will try to beat you, try to destroy Team Rocket. But say he was beaten by Lance, who said that loving Pokemon is the right way to make them strong, which is the truth, but he's a liar, so he doesn't believe when someone told the truth that was supposed to be true. So, there's the boss's quarters. Actually, one of the off-screen grunts, it must have been the one next to the items that I didn't check, had the other password. The other password is Eradicate Tail. Go in here, you see this guy. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, he would be dressed as Giovanni and then reveal that he was actually a Rocket executive in disguise. In this one, he just gives a speech about protecting the organization once he's gone. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, this guy will be Executive Petrol, whose picture I will show the next time we fight him. Because, yes, they're the executives of the main team. You are going to fight them multiple times. Not a big surprise given Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black, White, Black 2, White 2, probably X and Y. But he will use a Zubat, Eradicate. Horus is destroying them both. And yeah. And level up. No level ups resulted in any new moves in this video, so I did not really see much of a need at all to, like, actually show when they leveled up. Last Pokemon, expect to see a lot of coughing out of him later on, is a coughing. The Eradicate is the strongest at this point, and the coughing, I believe, has a couple poison moves. But Petrol, he's pretty weak altogether. He should not be big of a problem at all. Rocket Executive is defeated, he couldn't do a thing, asks forgiveness. Now he will leave to inform the others, bump into a wall, and then fully leave. You have to talk to Murkrow, who will say the password to the other locked door is Hail Giovanni. So, I believe that it's supposed to be someone else's Murkrow in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That way leads to TM46, which I'm going to check what it is momentarily. I know now that it's Thief, and it's pretty obvious since you're in Team Rocket space. And that the Murkrow would actually lead you to the other door as if you didn't know where it was already, despite the fact that I actually got lost for half a second there. All you need to do is backtrack through the whole base, wipe out any other remaining Team Rocket grunts if you wanted to. Walk back around, take the staircase, walk up. That was the distance between the other two grunts. When you enter this password, the door will open. If you walk in here, you will be stopped by these two. The female one will have a unique sprite in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and acts like evil stepmotherly towards you, and is about to double team you, despite double battles being possible and very easy in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And Lance will stop with his Dragonite, in air quotes. He'll take the Team Rocket grunt, leaving Executive Ariana to you, even though this will be a tag battle alongside Lance against both of them in the remakes. So she'll open up with Arbok. Arbok can paralyze you, so it has a move called Glare. Glare is like the hypnosis of paralyzing moves. It's like the only auto paralysis move besides Thunder Wave, and the only one non-electric types can learn. Other than that, it's kind of crummy all around. Didn't go for I think that was after. Yep. Thor can't go through the wind battles the old-fashioned way. Forgot that Thor learned Cotton Spore. It's a pretty useless move that's basically slow down overkill. All it does is it lowers speed by 3, which means 2 hits from it will lower speed the most it can possibly go, but you never need to decrease speed that much. Next Pokemon will be Gloom. 2 Dragon Rages can take it out. It's got the trademark lowish HP of all the Gen 1, its line and its counterpart line, the Bellsprout line. Lastly will be Murkrow. It's Dark Flying type. It is supposedly that Murkrow that told you the other password, and it's not that difficult to defeat since it can evolve into Honchkrow, so it's kind of pathetic and stuff. But that's 2 Rocket Executives defeated flat out in a row. So she's saying that I could become the boss. I could become Giovanni Jr. Ooh, plot element. That's not even noticed in this game. If I became Team Rocket. And she'll just give the generic rant that villains give. Leave. Lance will commend you. He'll say he's worried about Shady Pants. And ask to turn off the radio signal. He will say that the machine doesn't have a switch, so you have to defeat the electrode. new Pokemon that are powering it. He'll take 3, you take the other 3, talk to him to battle him. In the next episode, we'll do just that. So until next time, when post-commentary goes bye-bye and live commentary will actually make my videos decent again, I am Leader of Luxinape, signing off.